Ladies and gentlemen, the NBA season is officially returning on Tuesday, October 24th, and the league has given us 2 games to start the season that I am very excited to watch. The offseason has been an eternity, and I am just ready to start watching basketball again. But anyway, at 7:30 p.m., we've got the defending champions, the Denver Nuggets, going up against the Los Angeles Lakers, the team that the Nuggets swept in the West Finals last year. Meanwhile, at 10 p.m., we've got the Phoenix Suns going to the Bay Area to play the Golden State Warriors. And just like the title of this video says, I'm going to predict who's going to win each game and provide some detail on what each team has to go up against. So with that out of the way, let's start the video. So first let's start off with the Nuggets and the Lakers. So for those of you who don't know, in my last video, I actually made a prediction that the Nuggets would win in the finals. And you know what? I'm going to go with them again and say that the Nuggets win by 10 to 15 points. And there are a few reasons too, because obviously the Lakers are no walk in the park. They've got Austin Reeves, who's a young, up-and-coming shooter, Anthony Davis, who's an excellent big man, and LeBron James, who's one of the best players to ever play the sport of basketball. But we still gotta remember that the Nuggets are the reigning champions and have an amazing starting five. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., Kentavious Caldwell-Pope were almost unstoppable last year. Nobody could stop the duo of Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. Aaron Gordon is a freaky athletic and solid defender, and both KCP and MPJ are excellent playmakers and great shooters. They're one of the best starting lineups in the entire league, and while teams like Phoenix, Milwaukee, and Boston all altered their starting lineups drastically so they could become contenders, the Nuggets didn't really change anything with their roster because their starting five is already excellent. And I don't think the Lakers have that kind of depth or chemistry that the Nuggets have. Yeah, they have the duo of LeBron and AD, but I don't think it compares to what Denver has currently. But that's not the only reason why I think they'll win either. I think it's clear that Denver will do everything they can to repeat a championship. If you've seen any of their interviews or clips in training camp, then you'll know that they've pretty much shown that that's their number one goal. And I think they're going to show it opening night. But for those who think that the Nuggets are going to be a step lower than the Lakers simply because they lost Bruce Brown, I want you to think again, because their bench is actually really good and will probably handle the Lakers and other teams in the NBA. First, let's discuss Christian Braun, who I think the Lakers should look out for, because he's a new, young, developing player who had a solid season as a rookie last year and was able to handle players like Jimmy Butler in the finals. On top of that, he's had an entire offseason to work on his shooting to fill in the role that Bruce Brown once possessed. But it's not only Christian Braun the Lakers should look out for, because Denver also acquired Justin Holiday, who already seems to have built chemistry with the team and has proved himself to be a worthy role player in the preseason. Now, there's another reason why I think the Nuggets will win this game, and it's actually because they have a decent home court advantage. Last year, they had a home record of 34 wins and 7 losses. And because it's the first game of the season, and Denver's ring ceremony, I think they'll play with a little more competitiveness for their home crowd. And to further build on this matter, the Nuggets have won 4 out of their last 5 home opening games, which makes me think that history will repeat itself yet again. So if the Lakers want to beat the Nuggets in Ball Arena on their ring ceremony night, they're going to have to lock up Nikola Jokic on defense, and Anthony Davis is going to have to be a monster in the paint. Now for me, this second game was a bit harder to predict. The game's at Golden State and both squads have made big changes to their roster. For Golden State, you no longer have Jordan Poole, but instead an aging Chris Paul who can make crafty plays and give assists to guys like Steph. Then you have the Phoenix Suns, who have a big three of Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, along with the accusation of Jusuf Nurkic, who will fill in the role that was once held by DeAndre Ayton. And the Suns also have solid bench players too, like Yuta Watanabe, Damian Lee, and Bol Bol. So while I think the Suns will be very interesting to watch, I feel like it's going to take a few games for them to start clicking and playing like a legitimate contender. This is largely because they're a new team. They made a ton of trades and picked up a lot of new pieces. So it might take a few games for the Suns to build legitimate chemistry with one another and start playing like a real contender. It's for that exact reason that I think the Warriors will win it in a very close game. Because even though the Warriors made some pretty big roster changes as mentioned before, their core big three of Steph, Klay, and Draymond is still there, and they've been playing together for years. They obviously have chemistry and know how to win games together, and that's what will give them the win in the end. But anyway, that's all I've got for this video. A huge thank you to everyone that made it this far, and I'll see y'all in the next video.